Hey there, everyone. Jim here with Fantasy for the Ages, the father of this father and son duo, Jim and Zach, my son, as we bring to you all sorts of fantasy and sci fi literature content, and then media on other odds and ends, nerdy geekiness that we enjoy. Today, it's a Just Jim episode. I'm alone here bringing to you a book blast. So, a relatively spoiler free reaction episode in 5 minutes or less to something I've read recently. This is the year of Stephen King catch up for me. You may have seen that on my Twitter if you follow us. I've read most of early Stephen King and hit or miss since then, but I've added all the stuff I've missed, even his most recent things, to my TBR. I doubt I'll get all caught up here in 2023, but I'm definitely hitting different books along the way, interspersed between other things I'm reading. Recently, I did the first of these that I missed somewhere along the way, Dolores Claiborne. Interesting book. Dolores Claiborne is not traditional Stephen King. This is not a horror novel, and it's not particularly dark. It is fascinating as you get a look at island life off the coast of Maine and the way societies lived in that neck of the world, the values they espoused, and how a particular person, Dolores, manages through a situation that would break a lot of people. And she finds a way through. Dolores Claiborne is basically the premise of a woman who is on the hook for killing someone. At least that's what people think happened. And she's now sitting down with the police to explain what really happened. And what happened is not what everybody thinks happened. But something that happened is something everybody thought happened 30 years ago that she's finally going to come clean about. And it's fascinating. And you can't help cheer for Dolores. You're also delighted by her. I listened to this as an audiobook version, and the narrator is an actress I've enjoyed over the years. She's still alive, 93 years old at this point. Frances something. Her last name escapes me. And you might have noticed I'm in a hotel room. I'm traveling this week, and I'm just throwing this episode in, so I don't have my notes as thoroughly prepared as usual. So I'll look up the name and toss it in here before I drop this. She is charming as she delivers this. And this novel is entirely done as just Dolores telling a story. She's sharing all of this live with a couple of police detectives. It's a fascinating style to use. It was very engaging. Not an easy thing to do. I mean, how do you keep this going all the way through when she's actually just talking to these two cops in the police precinct? And yet King pulls it off, and you get sucked into the story. It's not always cheerful. There are some really dark things to it. There are also some humorous moments. There are some scary moments and some truly heroic moments when this woman manages to come through for herself and for others. If you have experienced in real life situations of abuse, psychological abuse, physical abuse, sexual abuse, this might be a little triggering, so be warned about that. This might be a story to stay away from, but at the same time, it's one of empowerment, as Dolores chooses not to be a victim and makes for a very strong story. I did appreciate it. It's not the usual kind of thing I would read, but I'm glad I did it, and it gave me new appreciation for Stephen King as he was developing his author skills along the ways. All right, I'm out of time. That's all I got. Please, if you liked this, like the episode, subscribe to our channel, and look for how to connect with us on Discord and social media. You'll find that down in the show notes, even our Patreon channel. You can support us and keep us going. That's all I got. Thanks for being here, and we will talk to you next time.